Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing really great out there. Hey Dusttown, hey Glassney. I hope everybody's having a really great day. I'm going to be jumping right back into working on the castle, specifically the keep today. I'm hoping to get the towers around the keep finished, and hopefully we'll jump right into that. That'll get done, and then I can work a little bit more on this sort of chapel cathedral thing that I'm envisioning for this other side over here. So I'm going to just dive right in, start building, because I really want to get a lot done today. But please remember to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't. That way you can see when I'm going live next. And I'd really appreciate that. So Glassney, how you doing? I see you're hanging out there in chat. I have been thinking all about these towers pretty much all day yesterday, pretty much since Sunday, because I really want to get these done. If you didn't see the last stream, I got a significant amount of work done. We sort of have this beginnings of sort of like a cathedral chapel. I'm not really sure if I'm going to change the glass at all. I might switch out the colors or do something like that. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to knock out these side walls, and I'm actually going to round out the sides of this cathedral when I get to it. And then I'm going to work on the towers and stuff. So that's kind of the plan for today. I talked last time about maybe streaming something else. I'm still going to stream Minecraft next stream, which is Thursday. But I think I'm going to jump into Stardew Valley on Sunday and do kind of a little series of that. So I'm thinking what my plan is going to be is that Sundays I'll do a different game, and then during the week I'll try to do my usual like building streams with Minecraft or potentially The Sims 4. So I'm still sort of working out all of the kinks in my schedule and everything. So yeah, so I'm gonna get started, and I think I'm gonna stick with the style of the main keep building. I think I'm going to stick with the style of the keep building and do that for the towers. Glassney, you've done a lot since last time. I did all of this on the last stream, so I haven't really touched anything since then. But since the time before, I mean, the last stream I did get quite a bit done. And I'm really enjoying the crimson plank like features on the outside. The roof actually also came out pretty cool. Especially considering this corner was a little messy. So that all worked out. I'm still not sure if I'm going to add like a little like window on the top peaks there, but I think that's coming out pretty decently. Okay, so I'm probably going to use these reinforced Deepslate blocks again because they actually looked pretty cool, but I'm not going to do a ton with them. I don't want to like overdo it because the pattern is a little overwhelming. Do also actually want to use the block of netherite as well. And I might change out some of the blocks like to again like I did with the walls. But I just want to do all of these in Deepslate tile first. My big thing is I'm not sure about the height of the tower as it is right now. So I'm just gonna build it up to where I have the wool, and then we'll see if I feel like it's high up enough. La Katrina dropping with you. Lovely stream all. Thank you, La Katrina. Thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. This is where I kind of have to join, gets rid of some of these blocks. Join the two structures. Rid of that because I don't need that there. Yes, but feel sleepy now. Enjoy it all. Yeah, no, definitely will. I hope you have a good rest of your day. You know what I think I am gonna do? I want to bring back the music slightly. I feel like I should hear that. Should I hear anything? So how's everybody else's week going? It's only Tuesday, but it feels like this week has been long already for some reason. At least for me, I don't know about anybody else. I feel like the rain sounds there started really, really gradually. I want to do much of that. I'm almost thinking of adding the reinforced deep slate like that, so it's actually not really just like adds, it'll probably make the ends of that look a little bit wider, but I'm not really sure if I want to do that yet. So first I'm gonna figure out kind of how big I want to make this. So on the bottom I had done this whole side in like the deep slate bricks with like some little kind of embellishments here and there. I do feel like then I should also probably keep some of the deep slate brick in this design up here. I can do this up on the top. Like weird little thing. I think that's because of the shader pack, probably. Rasmus Mogensen, I'm in a caravan on vacation and it's raining outside. I hope, well, I mean, that sounds really nice because I love the rain, but if you're on vacation, you probably don't want to, you probably don't want it to be raining. But I hope you're having a good time on vacation. Hey, Barbaric Gamer, how you doing? It's always nice to get away, spend some time outside. Barbaric Gamer, I'm all right. Thanks. That's good to hear. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. I'm working more on the towers. Just trying to add to the kind of the whole keep area. I'm not doing any of the interiors yet, but I'll get to that at some point. I'm actually wondering if I want to something like that on these outer pieces here. I almost wish that you could put the reinforced deep slate sideways, so that the like reinforced part goes horizontally instead of vertically. I don't think you can do that. So, like, these lines are basically going this way. That would be cool. I have ideas where I would be able to definitely do something like that, but I may not end up using these just because it might look a little unusual. Interesting way of doing that. I've always used steps. Yeah, I just wanted to sort of, I usually use stairs for like overhangs and stuff, but sometimes I like to just do something different with like the wall pieces. Make it a little bit unusual. Or like vary it up, use steps and the wall pieces. Like add to there too. It actually kind of looks cool. I'm usually just winging it, like I don't really have a plan for a lot of what I end up doing. Okay, that's kind of cool. Rasmus, I have a dirty secret that I can't tell my scum friends. It is that I love Minecraft. There is yeah, Barbaric Gamer, Rasmus, there's nothing wrong with loving Minecraft. There's absolutely nothing wrong. Although I know there are definitely people out there who are just, you know, gonna give you a hard time because you're playing Minecraft instead of like, you know, these more serious games or whatever it is. But oh, I totally missed a piece. But Minecraft is absolutely like, it's like the OG survival game. I feel like it's maybe not the OG survival game because there's obviously probably other games out there maybe that preceded it that you'd call survival, but I mean, it is a survival game, right? If you're playing in survival mode. There's so much you can do with it, right? Like if you don't play in vanilla Minecraft and you play with mods, you could completely customize the entire game experience. I think that that's pretty cool. All right. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did up there, down here. I'm gonna use the deep slate wall pieces because I have more of the bricks behind them. Barbaric Gamer, I bet your friends played Minecraft too. Rasmus, I haven't played it in years. So yeah, I mean, I think that's what a lot of people probably have experienced, like haven't played it in years. And that's why I keep telling everybody, like, Minecraft has changed, like not fundamentally, but you know, in really good ways. Like the caves and cliffs update. I mean, terrain generates so differently now that it's like a whole new game. And I think everyone should experience it because there's just so many more like unique exploration opportunities. Like I'll go through periods where I don't play Minecraft as much, and because obviously there's, you know, endless other games all the time to check out, but Minecraft is something I will always go back to. How I feel about these pieces here. Put some kind of like lanterns and stuff on those. So far that looks pretty cool. And I think I'm going to be able to do stuff like at the end, like add lots of details like stairwells and little like passageways and stuff. And obviously a lot of this underneath, there's like this huge amount of space, like even under here, that I'll be able to, you know, build underground, build in basements for some buildings that I'm going to put up on here. So that'll be pretty cool. Okay, so let's see. So now, as far as the height of this tower, I'm thinking that on this angle, because everything that I've been doing is really, I want from this side specifically, because I think that when I do the building part that's going to come out over here and go across the river, I want to see some like different layers, like different heighted towers and stuff like that. So I feel like I want to make this go up a bit higher, like do a whole nother level. But I'm not 100% sure. So I'm thinking what I'll probably do. I don't really necessarily need like a balcony or anything. Just I do it like this, how that comes out. I realized I just did this all in the cracked brick. Just I'm also super stoked to be able to do the interiors, but I feel like that is something I'm going to do like on probably its own stream. Like I'll spend an entire stream like on the interiors alone just to, you know, put a lot of attention into those. So right now, for the most part, aside from like main, like, you know, structures inside, like stairs and stuff, I'm going to try to stick to the outside right now. I'm also somewhat avoiding the front gate. And that's not because I can't do the redstone. But because it's just very time consuming and I want to make sure I get it right. And what I think I might do is I might build it off stream, like build like a sample one to the side so that I don't forget, because I'm going to need to, I'm not going to be able to like commit from memory, like exactly how I've done it before. There's just very specific design that I'm thinking of. Okay, so I feel like if I stop the tower here, and then I can do the roof with sort of some wooden features, maybe. I don't think I'll do the quartz because that seems like that just works better on like the squared off keep building. But I will use the crimson, I think, just to stick with the same style. I'm gonna go one layer up. Okay. That almost brings me to the top there. All right, so I'm gonna replace, actually, you know what? Before I do that, I do wanna do this same thing again. This. With the cracked deep slate again. Okay. Down first. Slate tile wall on the outside. Doesn't matter like how recently I've built something. I will absolutely forget exactly how I did it within like minutes. Okay. That looks fantastic. Now I can just build upward with the crimson. Start, grab that, grab that. Full block here. Okay. And I'm just gonna grab a bunch of pieces because you never know when you need like some additional piece to embellish something that you're doing. Oh, you know what? I use the fences and the gates a lot, actually. The gates specifically. Because those are really good for doing something like on the side of a wall or something like that. Like I almost like this, but I also kind of like have it hang off like that. If I do that though, what's gonna happen is I don't want to block that outer detail, so I'm gonna put these here to help me build. So we'll have that little gap there and that'll look kind of cool. All right, actually. Dang. Yeah, I can probably do that. Corners. I'm gonna kind of go up with the big plank stacks because I want the roof itself to kind of go high, be a little bit pointier, I guess. I wouldn't normally use something like the crimson planks for a castle, but I just feel like with the deep slate, it needs to be something pretty vibrant to stand out. And make this higher. I don't think I can actually make them all go. Oh, there we go. Okay. These up slightly. Actually, curious how this is going to look. I actually don't know if it'll look good, but that actually doesn't look half bad, and it's not as like pointy as I'd like. And I might make this shorter, but yeah, no, that's like way too much. Curious if I can't really place it on there. I might play around with this a bit more. Actually. Kind of weird, but don't know if I exactly like the flat piece up top. Basically just a lot of like playing around to try to get this to look right. I haven't actually ever used the lightning rod in building, or the end rod really. I'm curious if, and obviously this is, I can't really do anything in the middle, which kind of isn't fun, but for now, I think that's okay. I might even like bring the middle part up a bit more and play around with the height. So now if I go over to the other side, I can't see it from this end, which I was kind of hoping it would be a little higher up, but I guess that's just sort of the angle. I guess if I'm looking at from it over here, it's slightly taller. It's not by much. So maybe what I'll do is I'll make this one a bit taller. So I don't want it to be like abnormally tall because then it won't match the rest of the castle. Let's work on this one right here. And this one's going to be slightly different because I used a different shape for this one. That's kind of what I do with all the towers. Like, I don't want them all to be the same because that would be really boring. Here's the music. I love being able to see the sun slightly through the clouds because it looks like really, really pretty sun showers. So this one, because I have the 3-piece walls, I can probably do something with the reinforced deep slate. And I still did want to connect up here, I think. Have like a little bridge to the top of the tower. But I think I'll add that in once I get the whole tower completed. That way I know exactly how I'm going to do that. So I think since the other one honestly doesn't come that much farther above the keep building, I'm gonna make this one a little bit taller. It is skinnier too, so it might look cool being sort of this tall, skinny tower on one side, the shorter, rounder one on the other side. I haven't actually checked to see where the ceiling limit is from here, but I think I should be okay. Although it would be awful if I'm building up the roof and I get to there and I have to restart it. Erasmus, I built a 170-meter long Titanic-style steamship, but server got deleted before completion. Ugh, that is the worst when that happens. That sounds amazing. I hate when that happens, though. I built, or I was building, and I had gotten pretty far through it, a, large, Buckingham Palace in Minecraft, and, the person whose server it was, he just deleted the server one day without letting any of us know. I would have downloaded the world file at least, the save, so I could have saved it and continued working on it on my own. That's always terrible when that happens. I love that build and dreaming of recreating it. You should absolutely jump back into Minecraft and recreate it. I think those kind of builds are those are the sort of things that just can I don't know, you could lose yourself in Minecraft for hours because they just suck you in, and you just, there's also this perfectionism, I think, with stuff like that, where you just have to make it perfect, and nitpick because you put so much time and effort into it. But that, I don't know, I find that fun. That sounds really cool. Okay, so I think this is the height of this before I put on the roof. And I didn't do kind of that mid-level thing. But I can always do that and add that. Let me actually grab the blocks though, so I can do that up top at least. Totally agree. Yes, definitely. I think you should do it though. I want to see your steamship in Minecraft. Netherite blocks on 2 of the corners, so not overwhelming build. Okay. That. Grab these blocks again. Finally, some sun. Ooh, it's blinding. Right. I'm gonna do the same thing, or we're gonna kind of vary some of the heights to make it a little bit more interesting. Center. That, or I can that height. So chunky. Okay. Okay. We're high up here. This is where I get really indecisive about how I'm placing blocks. But hey. Okay. Now that comes up to a single block, so I can fence to create a sharper point. There we go. I think I definitely need to do at least one of these like trims around here to look. Just gonna kind of pick a spot because matters too much other than that slight variation there. Looked up. Since I use the Deepslate tiles, occasionally like that here. Otherwise, it'll all look a little uniform. Okay. Oh, that looks awesome. Now I just need to connect that taller tower to the I think the balcony, maybe. I'm not actually sure if I want to connect it to the balcony or the lower part of the keep. Because I feel like this is sort of like a residence area up top. Whereas it would make more sense to connect it here. And I'm just going to mark that for right now. Because I consider that kind of a smaller detail, and I don't necessarily need to do this right now. I want to at least remind myself where it has to go. So I also want to make sure it lines up with the stairwell and stuff, and there's going to be a stairwell in that spot as well. I also feel like I need to add little peepholes, or whatever you want to call them, windows. I also have this whole thing that I need to do the exterior of. I have the tower done, and then I have this done all the way around. And so I'm gonna have to play around with this as well so that I have everything in the right spot. Now what's interesting with this is that I can't really do the windows on this one because everything is in blocks of 2. So that's going to be a little bit harder. But what I think I'll be able to do is, and let me see if I pick something like this. I can do something like that and still like maintain like a window. So then I can do something like that, and then this doesn't sample right here. Like that. Obviously I want it to kind of be as like not noticeable as possible. I don't want it to be too obnoxious looking and stand out too much. I'm sure that's something I can figure out. Okay, so those towers are done, the outside at least. And the other thing I wanted to do is I want to expand over here as well. And so what I think I'll do is I'll expand this just to make it more rounded on both sides. And then from there, I'm going to finish off the edges so that we have this detailing across the whole castle. And then I can always connect the towers there. So this I used mostly the Deepslate bricks, and then I have the glass. And so I think what I will do is I'm just going to use the natural edge of the wall to kind of just round this off a bit more. But I kind of want it to go at an angle. That. Might do is actually stick to there's not extra gaps. I think actually what it's up to. This one's a little trickier, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I'll just actually won't curve completely. trying to make it so that the gaps aren't too spaced. This one that is really giving me trouble, but okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm gonna just put the glass in between. Oh, this is the one last spot I forgot. Okay. I think that looks pretty cool. It's interesting. It's definitely different. And I think what I'm going to do here is going to line so it blends a little bit better into all. On this side, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. Something like that, and then it blends a little bit better. very strange structure, but I'm liking it so far. I kind of am envisioning that it's going to change quite a bit over time. Especially like if I play around with like lighting and different kinds of glass. Now what I need to do is duplicate this on the other side. That. Fast. Make sure. Does this come out slightly different? So what I will probably have to do is it'll just look a little bit different on one side than it does the other, but that's okay. It's going to be just different glass placement. Here is our overlap. It's kind of side. feel like I have a lot of space. Goes right to the edge there. I think this side will be good to have as sort of like an indoor-outdoor space, so I don't need to close it off completely. But I can... Okay, let me add the glass. Great. I think I'll do actually create a edge on there. The goal of like this whole thing is that I wanted it to just kind of look really like, I don't know, just different, just as everything sort of blends into the castle itself. It's gonna these. Go. It's much nicer. Done this already over here because of the way that I did the wall gradient, but I'm going to just make sure it looks good. Go. Right. And then I'll end up probably doing something here again just to make it look a little bit better. And I'll start adding like kind of exterior details like moss and vines and things like that. I think that'll make everything look just about right. Okay, so I think what I can do now, because I've got that part done, really the only two like outer wall areas that I haven't finished, this spot right here that's going to kind of build out to a bridge. All of that is pretty much ready just for that outer detailing, with the exception of these two pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab the blocks that I know I need. Stone bricks. And I need Deepslate bricks. And the black stone slab. Stairs. I also need polished bricks, blackstone brick wall. Okay. To remind myself that those on top, and that's on top of basically what I already have. I have that in some spots already. I've brought those up a bit. Starting to fix that side actually. Oh, another spot that looks kind of unnatural. That looks better. Remind myself, I put the books up down. I'm going to put those on top. That alone. And now, normally I wouldn't put these on this side, but I am going to actually do that. Still part of the castle walls, and I don't want to... Like, I'll have to delete some of it when I build this. Excellent. Just from slabs on top. I don't have the 3-piece wall. That's but what I think I will do is try to even as possible. Lovely. Add that. I might end up adding this kind of around the whole edge, but we'll see how that goes. Now this wall over here is slightly lower, and I don't know up a bit. I also don't have the don't have this go right up to the same height. So what I might do, I might actually bring that up a bit. Do that. Or I can actually just leave it, and then I'll probably make a stairwell along that spot right over here. Let's go up, evenly do this. Make this curve. Yes, if I like to. I don't think that's gonna well, because I'm probably gonna do something where build up to that area and have sort of like a little pathway along the wall. And I might actually have that come down from here even. I'll make it like wooden and stuff so it'll look a little bit different. Okay, so that part is done. I need to do the rest of the wall though, because I know that there are still areas that I think need to be added, or there might not be. Let's go around the whole wall and just check this out. Still sort of like up in the air. I'm going to do something to these. Don't think I'm going to. Okay, so I have that. I don't want to do anything for now on this side of the wall. I may do it on the inside, in fact. But I am going to put buildings over here. And so those are going to kind of get built up right against the wall. So I don't want to put anything there in the meantime. Last thing, will you be doing a moat surrounding the castle eventually, with a village around the moat also? I'm a little torn. I'm not sure. I wasn't planning on doing a moat. I was planning on, like, I'm going to have a bridge that'll go over the river, and we'll have sort of like another section over here. I wasn't really planning on the moat, although I suppose I could still do a moat. I could connect it to the river. Down here we have this sort of ravine. Like, I'm gonna put like kind of sewer grates over here and have like sewer water basically flowing down into that sort of underground cave there. Because this side is also pretty high up though, like I don't know, maybe I should do remote. That wasn't in my original, like I guess, thought process, but that might be something I end up doing, just because a few people have said, you know, or suggested that I do emote. My biggest concern right here is this is like way too close to the ground, and so I feel like this is like a serious like defense issue on this side of the castle. So either I got to dig down or I've got to do something. So I don't know. Maybe a moat will be a thing that I do. I would say that probably be toward the end, just because I don't want to get too caught up in that right now. But I suppose if I did that, that could come out really cool. Trying to add these little details here and there to kind of make it look good. That sewer idea is quite good. Yeah, that is definitely something I want to add. Now, I'm curious about this because obviously I've done this one kind of differently. I think it looks pretty good. It is obviously a little bit different than the rest of the trim around the castle. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that to the inside walls right here. And again, I may not do it on this part if I'm going to build something here. This area right here, and this could be Skyrim talking, but I'm going to build, I think, like a little blacksmith area right in this space. And again, I say Skyrim because I'm thinking of, what is that big city on the hill? Am I blanking? Well, the city I'm thinking of, there's sort of like a blacksmith up the stairs where the Imperial headquarters is in Skyrim. So I'm kind of thinking a little bit like that, having a blacksmith building right here. So I'm not going to do the walls on that spot. And I suppose that's something I could start doing, is working on those buildings. I'm only doing this part a little bit differently because I don't this extra blank space. Oh. And I think this is actually really starting to come out pretty good. Just with all of the wall detail done. Now I know I did something on the outside for the corners, and I realized I don't think I've done anything there. Do for the 4-piece here. So I feel like this I can do right there. There. I'm pretty sure the corners I did do something, possibly, like where we have that gap like that. I don't think I had really any corners like that. All looks pretty good. Probably do that, yeah. Now I don't really want to block off any part of the stairs, so I have some ideas about doing this a little bit differently. I think it's going to be really with the Deepslate brick wall. So like I want to make this a little bit, I'm gonna leave a gap, so maybe there I can leave it the same, but this look a little bit more interesting on the sides. I like adding detail and stuff like that. So I'm actually kind of thinking about what I want to do here. Right below each of these pillars. I don't necessarily think I'm going to do, I'm curious if I did this. That would look. Ooh, I like that. I didn't think I was going to. Leave that off over here. There we go. I actually think get rid of the okay. Like that little bit of detail just like does so much for the wall. Like I feel like it gives it so much more depth. What I'll just do is I want the hidden piece, the piece that like hits the floor, to have that. Oh, of course, that's the okay. There. Here's how this will look with the stairs on this side. It should probably look pretty good, but yeah, fine. What's amazing about that is like I want to do that like kind of in other places, like even right here. That will hit the floor, so there. But like that's the kind of stuff I like to do with the walls, just to give it, I don't know, that little extra something. So maybe what I will do, I'm not going to do that on the actual buildings, but I will do that under these areas, just on the wall. I just feel like this is something further because this goes all the way to the ground. That looks awesome. And that just absolutely looks so unique. Right. Now, if I want to do this on the outside, I don't think I want to go all the way to the bottom, but maybe I will. The other thing is that on the outside I have the gradient, so it will look a little bit different. Maybe for now I will leave the exterior, and the interior is just where I do the decorative stuff like that. Pardon. Apologies, my cat is getting sick. I'm gonna have to clean that up very soon. Okay, I did this over here. You okay, sweetie? Thing. I did the whole like cat retching sound, so. Didn't do that. I almost wouldn't add this over here because it's like kind of pointless. You can't really see it. But I feel like even if you can't see it, like it's there, it needs to be there. I'm just not going to add the remaining detail to the wall. gonna do, if I do end up doing anything with this wall, I will add all this detail up here. That should look pretty cool. So far this is coming out pretty cool. Obviously I'm leaving the portcullis gate for a day that I can kind of prepare the redstone and make sure it works, because I don't want to obviously waste time on stream if it ends up not working. Right now I'm going to punch some holes in the outside of this wall, or outside of this tower. I'm going to start up here. First, actually, let me get some wool so I can mark out where I want the floor to go. I'm almost wondering if I should actually just do the floor before I do this. Might actually make more sense. So if I put a door in here, I have to... And I do want to... I've added nothing in here yet. I do want to stick with the spruce for the interior. Stone too to light this up. Actually, what would be great is to just all the way up for the time being. I'm just using the like build, but I'll probably put some better supports in. I think this is the first level. Bring that up one. This is hard because I actually prefer to do a different kind of stairs. So this. To me, this makes a whole lot more sense, so I'm just going to do it this way. Especially when you have these little like grooves and stuff and you can't really just go completely around the edge because it gets too complicated to do that. So then I can literally just go around without like missing out on a spot because I have to like make a flat area using those stairs. This is going to be a long set of stairs. This is where we need like medieval elevator pulleys and stuff. Some lightning. It's gonna take over. What I'll do is have like kind of an opening off to the side for each level. And I guess I'll leave the top level a little bit shorter just so that there's like a higher cathedral type ceiling. So this is actually kind of high, so I'm going to bring this down a bit. Like having this 3. And ideally, I'd like to have the like entrance to that particular level all on the same side for each level, but that might not necessarily be the case. Daddy PC Gamer, I've awoken from my nap and I am here. I'm so happy you're here. How are you doing, Daddy? Happy birthday, by the way. If anybody else is paying attention, Daddy PC Gamer is in the chat and it is her birthday. So please wish her a happy birthday or give me a hashtag Daddy PC Gamer. And I'm loving the lipstick. Thank you. I feel like it's time to rock my goth look because I feel so much more comfortable and at home with the goth lipstick. So that is what we have today. Right, so let's see how many levels I've gone up. PC Gamer, you're gonna... I can't say it like that. I just have to say Daddy. Daddy, you're gonna love the... I think the progress that I've made so far. I'll show it off a little bit once I finish with the floors on this level. So let's see. I went up 2 for this, so... that should be good. So I hope you are having a lovely birthday. This is actually perfect because if I wanted to go across from over here, I could build that little bridge I had planned, and it would look perfect. Morgan, thank you. It has been a wonderful day so far, getting dinner and beer and B-dubs at 6 with my family. It's my favorite. That's awesome. It sounds like a nice birthday. Well, I hope you have a good time. I appreciate you actually stopping in here because I know if it's your birthday, you got stuff to do, but thank you for stopping by here and hanging out. Trying to get a sense for how this looks. I think that is actually looking amazing. The only reason I'm doing really the inside now is, again, just to make sure that everything sort of lines up. And I think I'm going to actually leave this one a bit taller, just because... yeah, otherwise that'd be really tiny. Keep that up a little bit higher so it's not level with the ground right there. actually feel like maybe I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher even because I've basically left the, I have this much more open, so. And I have this over here. I'm not going to add a window on that side, but go. Rogue Otter, hey, hey. How are you doing today? I mean, I know how you were doing earlier, but how are you doing now? Daddy PC Gamer, of course, I'm stopping in. Unless I'm dead or in jail, there's a good chance I'll be here, smashing the like button and sharing some love. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Now that I've kind of finished off the levels, so I have the windows on that tower, let me show off what I've actually accomplished through those of you who have just jumped in. So, I've done some things like adding this sort of like trim detail around the whole outside. Obviously, the last time the towers were not here, so I've added the towers in. And this one I haven't put any windows in yet because it is a little bit of a smaller tower, and so I'm gonna be having to do some like tricks to kind of get the windows in there. And I have some ideas for that actually, so I'm gonna play around with that. But so this is what we have for sort of the keep area of the castle right here. So I'm gonna actually drop down over here. Looks really tall, and I'm gonna have to add some other towers, I think, in a few places, just to make sure that it's not like lopsided and there's only tall buildings on one side. Like I think I might add something down over here, and possibly right over here. The gate will obviously be right here, and so I haven't added that in yet. But I've also gone around and added some detailing so that the walls are have a little bit more dimension to them. Looking awesome, thank you. Last night, gotta go. I'm up at 3 in the morning tomorrow. Thank you for the stream. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for hanging out, Glassney. I'm glad you're here. Have a good night. Get some sleep. And have a good early morning, too. The other thing, for those of you who have just joined, that I've done is I've sort of rounded out the edges of this sort of cathedral-like building. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do with it, but I am going to play around with the outside to make it look a little bit more vibrant. And so that's something I'll do on a different stream. So something I'm thinking of doing right now, because I don't want to build the buildings just yet, and I'm not doing interiors this stream, is I do think I want to start plotting out the bridge that's going to come across over here and set up this little courtyard area that I'm thinking about. So to do that, though, I'm going to actually clear some more trees because I need more space over here, because I want to make sure that the part of the castle that is across the river ends up being big enough to completely close in this little lake area, and have some grass as well. Thinking of it sort of like a nice little like central sort of park for, I don't know, like a royal family or something. And so I'll play around with a lot of flowers and plants and make it very tranquil. Looks incredible. I love the direction it's headed. Thank you. I am definitely enjoying it. It looks like some really lightning hit the trees over here because there's only a small part of them left. I'm definitely enjoying it. I hope everybody else is too. I think this is probably all I really need to do. so I am gonna get out the wool because I do want to make sure I plot out with wool before I do everything. So I think I am gonna make a kind of like a small gate structure. Okay, and this is just going to be a bit more of the stone. I might also try to expand the river slightly. That might be kind of hard to do, but that is something I'm thinking about. Okay. So that's going to be our little sort of back gatehouse. Oh, so it's just floating up here, so I can see the top of it. I feel like when it comes to doing the interior of the keep in particular, I'm probably going to end up, like obviously there's going to be a lot of rooms and I don't want them all to look the same. So what I will probably end up doing is maybe whoever's in chat that day or even stream before, what I'll probably do is I'll try to kind of custom create some rooms maybe for those of you who are actually in stream chat. So I'll let you give me your preferences and whatever style you want me to do them in, and then I can add some rooms. I don't know how much space I'll actually have for a bunch of different rooms, but we'll see. And so that's something to think about. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually actually plot out the bridge and how it's going to look. This rain would just stop. What I'll do is so indecisive with bridges, but there's a couple styles that I really like. This is probably just about the right length. Because what I think I'll do is then I'm going to have the actual castle walls kind of go out and around. Smash like. Smash like. Can't even say that. Rikit! How are you doing? It is lovely to see you again. So let me measure this out. So I do this in the correct way. 1, 2, 4. All right. Petty PC Gamer says, Rikit, you sexy motherfucker. How you doing? Lovely to see you too. Doing good, thanks. Took Hudson out for a walk and even did a bit of jogging with him while he was off the lead. Oh, that's wonderful. That must look so cute. Hudson's adorable. Okay, so that is done. Now let me just actually kind of outline how I'm going to do the walls here. I'm going to stick to my same sort of like setup. It says, how you doing, gorgeous? How's your birthday going? I was saying before, Reikit, I'm gonna build, I don't know why I'm saying your full name, Reikit, instead of just saying Ray. I'm gonna build, I think when I finish the interior of the keep, what I will do is I'm gonna build custom rooms for everybody who's in the stream chat, or at least maybe a couple people who have been hanging out a lot. Spending some time in stream chat. Actually, to show off Mr. Kit. To show off a little bit, this is sort of the progress that we have so far. Lots of detail. Got 2 towers up so far. Sort of interesting cathedral looking building over here, and now I'm just plotting out the bridge that's gonna go across to this other portion of castle. Rest these trees. Daddy PC Gamer. I'm doing fantastic, Raykit. Spent the day watching a whole lot of nothing, playing on my PC, watching my favorite streamers, then heading out for dinner and beers within the hour. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to have a good night. think I underestimated how much space I'd actually need for this to give it a nice wrap around this little lake here. Pond, lake, whatever it is. That's probably a good amount of space. Now I'm just going to have this go along the water. Sounds awesome, Gribble. And how have you been today? I have been good. I had a really good time playing Raft with you guys. You played again. I was so excited to play with you guys again because that was so much fun. And other than that, just sort of hanging out and doing this. It's gonna bother me that this is not perfectly even. So what I think I will do is that. We'll do 2 and a 1. All right. So we've got this sort of extension of the castle set up over here. And a part of me does feel like that means that I need to kind of build up this outer wall a little bit, but that will be something, some sort of decision for another time. Daddy PC Gamer, Rayk, LOL, I get mildly smashed. I still have to work tomorrow. I already spent the day drinking bourbon. Yeah, you don't want to get too out of control, especially if you gotta work. But definitely, you know, make sure you have a good time and relax. So that's plotted out. This looks so awesome from far away. I'm really digging this. Break it. Well, at least you can have a drink on your birthday, which has been nice. Have a lovely meal tonight. I would like some sun. I would like it to stay sunny. So I had said I'm thinking of doing a some sort of tower right over here. So I think that's what I'm actually going to try to plot out right now. If I do that there, though, I'm like super close to go right up to the edge, though. I love how your character can fly. Yeah, I mean, normally I wouldn't actually build in creative mode. Normally I'm not like interested in that at all. But definitely for something that's this big of a build by myself, definitely preferable. I'm actually wondering if I should do a sort of square tower instead of circular over on this side. Daddy PC Gamer, thank you. I'll try and post some updates in Discord as the night progresses. We'll see. Definitely do that. Don't leave us hanging. I want to see how your night is. Very indecisive, as you can tell, but this is how it's gonna go. I'm building kind of into the wall a bit. I feel like it shouldn't actually hang over like that, though. I'm so indecisive. There we go. I will do circular. It's slightly built into the wall, but it's not too close to these steps, because that's my biggest issue. I don't want anybody coming down these steps and it to sort of block the view. All right, so let's see. I think this one, I do want to make sure that I spend a little more time adding in some of the Deepslate bricks. And this one I'm not going to make as tall. Again, layers. I don't want everything to be all the same height. Obviously, I also need to be able to be sure that the land around the castle is visible from kind of someplace. And I think what I will do with those tiles is I'll also add in some of the walls instead of just the blocks so that I can get the pool. Now that I'm using those more, I definitely like how they look a lot better. I honestly didn't think I would get this much done today, especially, but really in the past couple streams. I mean, this is part 3, I believe, of working on the Deepslate castle. cookies. And what I think I will do, have if I decide or not, what I'll do is put this here. Daddy PC Gamer. So funny, but not so funny story. I've known two people in the past. Both had the same name as me and were masculine lesbians. They both took their own lives at the age of 26. And I've always had an irrational fear of falling into that same category. So hitting 27 today is like even more exciting than a normal birthday. That is wonderful. And that's so sad to hear, though, about the two people that you've known, the two friends, or whether they were acquaintances or friends. I'm very sorry to hear that. But I'm very happy that you are here with us. Because we all love you so much, and you're amazing. And you're like a breath of fresh air. You make every stream really awesome. So very, very happy, special happy birthday. Thank you. Daddy PC Gamer, don't make me tear up now. I didn't mean to make you tear up, but it's the truth. We're well loved. All. There's always the 27 club, though. Only time will tell. That is true, but so you're good on that front. Okay. So just like the last one, I'm actually going to do the spruce flooring and everything first, and then I'll add the top. As I realize I did this before I've done the stairs, so that'll be a little bit difficult. But since this one is a smaller room, I'm actually going to the tile this time. This also blocks you from just like seeing through one window and out the other side. I'm not really caring too much if these line up with the windows, actually, because I'm going to put, I think, iron bars in these. And hopefully it'll look good if the stairs aren't fully lined up with the window. I feel like this is such a better type of stair than actual stairs because it's like a space saver almost. Because I'm not actually going to the edge, what I will do is I'm going to make basically I will put flooring on the edges. Okay. What I'll do is stuff like that so that I can actually, you know, get down to the windows. Rakit, I'm so surprised I don't play this. To make my own house or even a village is just so cool. It definitely is, you know, and there's the thing is it is a survival game, right? Like I'm playing in creative mode to do this because it's such a like enormous building, but you know, like it is essentially a survival game. Which is pretty cool. Yeah. And like the thing is it's not just, you know, mindlessly wandering around and you know, trying to survive in you know, this sort of like randomly generated world. Like there's, you know, like the nether region, there's the end, there's places that you can go, there's like enemies to defeat. So there's like a lot of different things that you can do. Malkin, you'll have to play some in survival mode sometimes so Ray can actually see how it's a survival game. I know, I think that that would be really, really cool, to do a little bit of survival on stream. Good. Alright, so that side looks cool. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over here and grab the crimson pieces. I remember for the longest time I played Minecraft where, like, you know, I didn't actually use the middle mouse button to grab the pieces, because it's like essentially like in like software where you have the you know, the eyedropper tool. You're essentially just grabbing whatever you're looking at. Up here and get the full brick. But yeah, and I did that for a very long time and finally realized like this saves so much time, so I don't have to search for the blocks I want every single time. I'm gonna make this trying to bring this up a bit because I don't want, like, I want there to actually be a legitimate, I might change this actually, but I want there to be like a decently high roof. So what I'm actually gonna do though is for Malcolm, we are going to start a fresh new world on Raft and build a ship. A fresh new world, we could, I mean, we could rebuild what we have, right? Like, we could take it apart. That way we don't have to, like, re-research, like, recipes and everything. Especially, too, because, like, you know, now that we have, like, kind of a food system going, we can literally, like, rebuild the raft. Like, the part that we have, we can just, like, leave and then just build off to the side and then delete it all and then, you know, get those resources back. That's a good point, yeah, actually. Yeah, like, that way, like, you know, you can rebuild whatever. I think you get materials back, too, when you destroy stuff. I don't know if it's 100%. You know, and you could reorganize it however you want. You can make it nice and wide. Like, the ship that I built in Raft was, like, really long and pretty wide. So there was, like, plenty of space, like, and I had basically kind of an outer edge so I could run around and, like, you know, gather materials, but then there were some walls up so that the inside was protected. Daddy PC Gamer, one of my favorite builds I've ever done in a survival. I had a huge farmhouse, 2 barns, acres of farm plots with different foods, a chicken coop, and a cooking hut with its own whimsical pond. Are we talking about in... Okay, survival Minecraft. Okay, that's really cool. I love the sound of that. The way I'm doing this, I actually don't think there's going to be much space, like headroom. It's gonna be kind of tiny and cramped, but that's okay. Like the attic, like up here anyway. I could always get rid of that top floor as well if I wanted to. Except, oh, I have a great idea. What I will do is I'm gonna kind of make some beams and stuff so that it's pretty cool. Daddy PC Gamer, my wife says you have a wonderful voice. Your voice with the Minecraft music is very satisfying. She said you should do makeup tutorials. I feel like that would be kind of fun. I could definitely keep up the soothing voice for that. But thank you. Playroy said thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I feel weird whenever I hear my own voice, so... Too, depending, like, my voice is really tired today, so it's a little bit more gravelly. But I think the mic helps immensely. Just like the others, I'm trying to do a little bit of a different roof for each one so that nothing looks too much alike. Okay. There. Just don't want it to look too bulky on the outside. And so that's why I'm moving outward, because I think it'll look less bulky. Gives us a little bit more space in the interior there. I do feel like it hangs off maybe a little bit too much. I'm actually wondering if I do that. Or like that. Just want to make it look like it's actually like attached and it's not just suspended in air. Probably do the trick. Okay. That looks awesome. Add this so there's a little bit of the stone visible when you're looking at it from really down below. And then I'm gonna play around with the walls again. Deepslate brick wall. And this is also a way to make the things you're trying to like do as like round structures, to make them more rounded, is just going in between the little corners and adding these. And then what it does is it gives the effect that it's much more rounded, right? Right, kid, she does have a lovely voice. Aw, thank you guys. So sweet. What I'm thinking is that maybe what I'll do, once I'm done with this castle, before I move on to my next like creative build project, what I'll do is maybe I'll do a brief like stream or series of streams in survival mode, doing building in survival, because I still love to build survival. I just do smaller, more manageable builds. Right. And that just, it just looks a little bit better. It just looks nicer. Definitely rounded a little bit more on the edges. So I'm really loving just the overall, like, look from, like, different angles. And honestly, that's kind of why I like having a lot of different tall buildings, because when you have tall buildings or towers or things like that, you know, you're looking at the castle from different angles and you can see just all of the different layers. So we have this one here. What I may end up doing is, you know, something else maybe over here. I'm not 100% sure yet if I'm going to do that. I may actually just make the gate have sort of two small towers on either side of it. Kind of like two like archer style towers, and then that'll just end up looking a lot nicer from all angles. Okay. All right, so I've plotted out this area of the castle. I've done a bunch of the keep. The last thing I'm going to do here before I end the stream is I'm going to put up some of the, I think I'll put up the bridge between this tower over here. So I had thought about doing this like on this level, not this level, this one right down here. I'm almost thinking of doing it one level below there. This goes across to here. I haven't done anything on the inside yet, but this is basically just going to be the main stairwell. And so I don't really have any plans for anything else in here. And so I might have to make adjustments. Bridge. the main key. So that looks pretty decent. The other areas that I need to kind of make these little connections is I do want there to be kind of an entranceway into here. And there are going to be a couple places where I'm going to put doors in here because obviously I want I'm going to actually have some stairs going down here. And so that's actually something I might work on right now. So that makes this little bit of stairs there. Like I said before, it's always hard when I have something like this, because then you have sort of this like gap there. It's a little bit better when we go on one of the interior wall pieces, because then from the outside it doesn't look so bad. And so that will be something I need to add there. I was going to put a door on this side, somewhere over here, but I think I will probably just stick to something right here. Daddy PC Gamer leaving for dinner soon, so I'm going to run, but I'm so happy I was able to stop in. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. I love you all dearly. That's so sweet, Daddy PC Gamer. Please have a wonderful birthday dinner and such a happy birthday to you from all of us. Thank you so much for hanging out. There's a couple options we have for doors. Never actually used the mangrove door though, so that's always really cool. I'm gonna just look at the crimson door. I don't know if I'll actually want to use it because I have the crimson in other places, but it actually does look kind of cool. So that's the crimson door. The mangrove door. And I actually kind of like the mangrove door too. This door I want to use on some non-like stone buildings because this is very like typical like just regular hovel type door that you'd see in sort of like a medieval society. So I want to save that. The same with the dark oak door, might be good for like interiors. So I think I'm gonna do the crimson door here. I might use the mangrove doors somewhere else. Do that there, or I can do it here, and I think it just looks better with that extra. So we're gonna use the Deepslate bricks or the Deepslate tile stairs. A little bit better. And we'll do the same up over here. And I just need to build the structure around the actual door frame. That door goes right there. And that'll take us to this little sort of upper balcony here. And I'm going to use the stone brick stairs. I don't think there's a cracked stone brick stairs. There's not. So. I could make that a little bit more ornate because that's sort of like the, I guess, or at least how I plan to have that be the main entrance to the keep. But for now, that'll be okay. And on the interior, I haven't actually gone through and like cut the opening yet, but I have something like right there. And then eventually I'm going to build the stairwell, the tall staircase right there, so that we will have a whole big staircase. Although this is actually going to probably end up being right over here. Very end. I did not cut any windows into this wall. For this this building, which I feel like is okay. I also didn't put windows in this tower, so I'm gonna have to cut windows into here as well. I think in the meantime I'm gonna put the iron bars in this one over here. I could probably change up if I don't like it, but now this looks good. Missing the block though. Okay, that one. I'm not a huge fan of the iron bars just because I feel like them as like windows end up looking really but with the right texture pack they have some really great like window blocks. Way inconsistently. Do side at a time. Finish off. Okay. Right. So that one is done. And honestly, I'm just kind of admiring like what we've got so far. Got this sort of whole exterior finish for this cathedral. The outer trim is all finished. There are obviously some interior like walls that I need to put up or just some flooring along the walls to make sure that there's a easy path. I've got doors in the keep, so we have at least like some of the basic doors in. We've cut all the windows in all of the towers, and honestly it's starting to look really good. I think from pretty much all angles I'm starting to see some, you know, dimension and some layers, and that's really what it is we're going for. So I think my plan for the next stream, because I tried to focus on getting that keep area done today, and obviously we added a bunch of other things, but I think my focus for the next stream is going to be the gate. I do want to get the front gate done and get the redstone done, and so I'm going to have to do a little prep work for that because I don't want to just do it on stream without any sort of plan in place. So the next time I will work on the keep, and then I'm going to work on the bridge and the other part of the castle over on that side. And then if all of that gets finished up, I can start on some of the buildings that will go on the inside of the castle. And that will kind of hopefully finish off our exterior before we go ahead and we do the interior. So I hope everybody's enjoyed today. I'm planning to stream according to the stream schedule that's in my About page, and also at the bottom of the stream, I'm planning to stream again on Thursday, and so I'm going to do another Minecraft stream on Thursday, and then on Sunday I'm going to be switching to do a brief Stardew Valley stream, or at least start streaming some Stardew Valley. I wanted to vary it up a little bit. I think Sundays are going to be kind of my switch it up days, where I'll play something different than, you know, my creative stuff during the week. So again, thank you all for joining me, for hanging out. I've had so much fun. I've gotten a lot done today. If you haven't smashed the like button, please remember to do so and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.